What if I told you that every prayer you've ever whispered, every desire you've ever held was answered instantly, but you couldn't hear the response because you didn't know God's language? What if God has been speaking to you all along through energy? And once you learn this language, the impossible becomes inevitable. Before I reveal the exact frequency that God uses to communicate with you, the language that Dolores Cannon discovered through 45 years of research, I need you to do something right now. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Take a deep breath and pay attention to this. Can you feel the energy in your body right now? That tingling, that vibration, that subtle hum that never stops. If you felt that, if you recognize that constant energetic presence within you, write in the comments, "I hear God's language." This declaration is not symbolic. It's literal. You're announcing to the universe that you're ready to communicate in the only language that creates reality, the language of energy. Do it now, because what I'm about to share will unlock a communication system with Source that has been dormant inside you since the moment you were born. This isn't theory. This isn't metaphor. This is the secret that the universe has been trying to whisper to you your entire life. Listen very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will change everything you thought you knew about prayer manifestation and how reality actually works. For thousands of years, humanity has been trying to communicate with God using the wrong language. We use words, we use thoughts, we use beliefs, we beg, we plead, we negotiate, and then we wonder why our prayers seem to go unanswered, why our manifestations never arrive, why the miracles we desperately need feel so impossibly far away. But here's the truth that will set you free. God doesn't speak in words. God speaks in energy. God speaks in frequency. God speaks in vibration. And through 45 years of deep hypnosis sessions with thousands upon thousands of people, Dolores Cannon uncovered something that will blow your mind. When you access the subconscious, that highest, wisest part of yourself that is directly connected to Source, it doesn't communicate in language. It communicates in pure energy. She discovered that everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, from your thoughts to your physical body, from your past to your future, is simply energy vibrating at different frequencies. And when you learn to shift your energy, when you learn to speak in the language of frequency and vibration, you don't ask for what you want. You become the energetic match to it. And the universe has no choice but to deliver. Let me take you back to the very beginning. The Bible says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." But do you know what the original Greek word for word actually is? Logos. And logos doesn't just mean spoken language. It means the underlying vibration, the fundamental frequency, the creative force that shapes all matter. In the beginning was the vibration, and the vibration was God. God spoke. And what is speech? It's sound. And what is sound? It's a compression wave, a vibration moving through space. God's voice, that divine vibration, is still echoing through the entire universe right now. It's the frequency that holds all creation together. It's the energy that sustains every atom in existence. Science now confirms what mystics have known for millennia. At the quantum level, everything is vibrating. Everything is energy. Matter itself is just slowed down frequency, frozen vibration, condensed light. And here's where it gets profound. Dolores discovered that when you speak to your own body, when you communicate with your cells through feeling and vibration instead of words, you become the voice of God to every cell in your body. You become the Creator speaking reality into existence at the cellular level. Here's why your prayers haven't been answered the way you wanted them to be. You've been speaking one language while God has been answering in another. Imagine trying to have a conversation with someone where you're speaking English and they're responding in pure mathematics or pure color or pure music. You wouldn't understand each other, would you? Even though you're both trying to communicate, there's no bridge between your languages. This is what's been happening between you and Source your entire life. You pray with words. Please God, bring me financial abundance. But words are just symbols. They carry some energy. Yes, but they're not the primary language of creation. Meanwhile, God, Source, the universe, the subconscious, whatever you want to call it, is responding in pure energy. It's sending you the exact frequency of your true vibration, not the frequency of your words, the frequency of your being. So, if you're saying, "I want abundance," but you're feeling lack, scarcity, unworthiness, desperation, the universe doesn't hear your words. It reads your energy signature and it delivers more of what you're vibrating. This is the cruel irony that Dolores discovered. We manifest what we are, not what we say we want. Through thousands of sessions, Dolores asked the subconscious the same question over and over. How do we create our reality? How does manifestation actually work? And the answer that came through consistently, repeatedly from thousands of different souls was this. If you want to make something happen, you have to learn how to manipulate the energy. Not control it through force, not push it through willpower, manipulate it. Meaning, change its form, shift its frequency, become its match. She discovered a specific process, a secret method that the universe uses to communicate and create. And when you align with this process, when you start speaking in God's energetic language, manifestation doesn't take months or years. It becomes instant because there's no time delay when you're operating at the frequency level. Let me give you the exact keys that Dolores discovered. The 7 ways God speaks through energy and how you can learn this divine language right now. Key number 1. God speaks through your emotions, not your thoughts. This is massive. This changes everything. Your thoughts are 3-dimensional. They're limited by language, by logic, by the constraints of your conscious mind. But your emotions are pure energy. They're direct transmissions from your soul. When you feel something deeply, you're vibrating at a specific frequency. And that frequency is what creates your reality. Dolores said it clearly. Your emotions are manifestations. This is how the universe delivers what you want. Every feeling you experience is an energetic broadcast. Joy broadcasts one frequency. Fear broadcasts another. Love broadcasts the highest frequency of all. God doesn't listen to your words. God feels your frequency. Key number 2. God speaks through your body, not your mind. Your body is not just flesh and bone. Dolores discovered through her sessions that your body is a tuning fork. It's constantly vibrating, constantly receiving and transmitting energy. When you're aligned with Source, your body vibrates at approximately 7 cycles per second. The same frequency as the Earth, the same frequency as your brainwaves during deep meditation. This is the frequency of creation. This is the frequency where miracles happen. When you learn to feel the vibration in your body, when you learn to tune your physical form like an instrument, you become a living antenna for divine energy. You become a point-taken channel through which God's will manifests into physical form. Key number 3. God speaks through synchronicities, not coincidences. There are no coincidences, none. Dolores was absolutely clear about this. Every single thing that happens to you is orchestrated by energy, by frequency, by vibration matching vibration. When you see repeating numbers, 1111 222, 3333, that's God speaking in the language of frequency. When you think of someone and they immediately call, that's energetic alignment. When opportunities appear out of nowhere, that's your vibration matching the vibration of your desire. These aren't random events. These are God saying, yes, you're tuned in. You're speaking my language. You're on the right frequency. Key number 4. God speaks in the present tense, not future tense. This is where most people completely miss it. The universe, God's source, exists outside of time. Time is the 4th dimension and God operates from the 5th dimension and beyond where time doesn't exist. So when you pray, I will be abundant someday or I hope to find love eventually, you're speaking future tense and the universe responds with, okay, you want that experience to remain in the future. Done. Dolores taught a secret prayer that changed lives. Speak as if it's already real. I am abundant. I am loved. I am healed. Not I will be. Not I hope to be. I am. Present tense right now. Because in the energetic realm where creation happens, there is no future. There's only now. And now is where all power exists. Key number 5. God speaks through vibration, not verbalization. Sound itself is just vibration made audible. And Dolores discovered something that will shake you. Everything has a vibrational frequency. And that frequency can be measured. Love vibrates at approximately 528 as called the miracle frequency. Fear vibrates at much lower frequencies. When you speak words of love, gratitude, appreciation, joy, you're not just making sounds. You're sending out compression waves of high-frequency energy that literally reorganize the molecular structure of everything around you. This is why prayer works when it's done with genuine feeling. This is why affirmations create results when they're charged with emotion. You're speaking in God's native language, the language of frequency and vibration. Key number 6. God speaks through belief that becomes being. Most people think belief is mental. It's not. True belief, the kind that creates miracles, is energetic. It's when your entire being vibrates at the frequency of absolute knowing. Dolores discovered that you can't fake this. You can't trick the universe. Your words might say, "I believe." But if your energy is broadcasting doubt, fear, unworthiness, the universe reads your energy, not your affirmations. This is why she emphasized, "We will see it when we believe it, not the other way around." You have to become the vibration of belief first. You have to embody the frequency of your desire as if it's already yours. And then, because energy always seeks its match, reality rearranges itself to reflect that frequency. Key number 7, God speaks through water, the divine conductor. This one is going to sound strange, but it's crucial. Dolores said, "The importance of water is unbelievable. There is one tiny thing in water that the body must have. Water has memory. It responds to vibration. It holds frequency." Dr. Masaru Emoto proved this scientifically. Water literally changes its molecular structure based on the energy directed at it. Your body is 70% water. When you speak to your water with intention, when you charge it with love and gratitude before you drink it, when you program it with the frequency of your desires, you're literally installing new energetic instructions into your physical body. God speaks through water because water is the ultimate conductor of energy. It carries frequency directly into every cell of your being. Now, let me tell you the mistake that's been blocking your manifestations your entire life. You've been trying to convince God to give you what you want. You've been trying to earn it. You've been trying to be good enough or worthy enough or spiritual enough. But God doesn't operate on a merit system. God operates on an energy system. The universe doesn't care if you're good or bad. It doesn't judge. It doesn't withhold. It simply matches. Frequency to frequency, vibration to vibration, energy to energy. If you're vibrating at the frequency of lack, regardless of how many hours you spend in prayer or meditation or spiritual practice, you will manifest more lack because that's your energetic broadcast. That's the language you're speaking. If you're vibrating at the frequency of unworthiness, even if you're doing all the right things, saying all the right affirmations, you will manifest experiences that confirm your unworthiness because that's the energy signature you're transmitting. The universe is not punishing you. It's not testing you. It's simply responding to your frequency with perfect mathematical precision. This is both the most liberating and most terrifying truth you'll ever hear. You are already manifesting every single moment. The question is, what frequency are you broadcasting? Now, I'm going to give you the exact method that Dolores taught. The secret practice that allows you to shift your energy, learn God's language, and manifest what seems impossible. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is the actual technique that has produced documented miracles for thousands of people. Are you ready? Here it is. Step 1. The morning energetic recalibration. The instant you wake up, before your mind starts racing with thoughts, before you check your phone, before the world rushes in, you do this. Place both hands on your heart, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. And on each exhale, feel the vibration in your chest. Feel your heart beating. Feel the energy pulsing through your body. This is you tuning into God's frequency. This is you remembering that you're not solid, you're energy. Then speak out loud. And I mean out loud because sound is vibration and vibration is creation. I am energy. I am vibration. I am the frequency of your specific desire. Right now in this moment, this is who I am. Not I want to be, not I hope to become. I am present tense total embodiment. Feel those words as truth vibrating through every cell of your body. Step 2. The water programming ritual. Before you drink anything, water, tea, coffee, juice, you must do this. Hold the container in both hands. Close your eyes for just 3 seconds and speak to the water. Yes, speak to it. Say, I charge you with the frequency of divine love. I program you with the vibration of your desire. You now carry the energetic blueprint of my highest reality. Thank you. Dolores was clear. Water is the key. When you drink water that's been charged with your intention, you're literally installing new programming into your cells. You're speaking God's language directly to your physical body. You're becoming the frequency you want to manifest. Step 3. The emotion cultivation practice. Throughout your day, and I mean all day long, you monitor your emotions like your life depends on it because it does. Every time you feel fear, doubt, worry, lack, unworthiness, stop right there. In that moment, place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath and say, this is old energy. This is not my frequency anymore. I release it now. Then consciously shift. Think of something, anything that makes you feel genuine joy, gratitude, love, peace. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you feel it. Because remember, God doesn't hear your words. God feels your frequency. Every time you choose a higher emotion, you're speaking in source language. You're broadcasting a new energetic signature. Step 4. The present tense declaration. This is Dolores's secret prayer that changed everything for thousands of people. Every single day, morning and night, you speak this out loud. Thank you, universe, for your specific desire. I am so grateful that it is mine right now. I am living this reality in this moment. It is already done, and so it is. Notice the language. It is mine, not it will be. I am living it, not I will live it. It is done, not it will be done. This is God's language. The language of now. The language of already manifested. You're not asking. You're not hoping. You're declaring the energetic reality that already exists in the quantum field. Step 5. The gratitude frequency lock before you sleep. This is crucial. You do what Dolores called the gratitude transmission. You review your day and you find 5 things, just 5, that you're genuinely grateful for. And you don't just list them, you feel them. You close your eyes and you let that feeling of gratitude flood your entire body. You let it vibrate through every cell. Why? Because gratitude vibrates at one of the highest frequencies in existence. When you fall asleep in the frequency of gratitude, your subconscious mind, which is directly connected to Source, works on your behalf all night long. Programming, creating, manifesting. You wake up as a new energetic being. Step 6. The body attunement. Once a day, preferably in the morning after your declaration, you sit in silence for just 5 minutes and you do this. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your body. And starting from the top of your head, moving slowly down to your toes. You feel the vibration in each part of your body. You're not imagining it. You're not pretending. You're feeling the actual energetic hum that's always there. This practice does something extraordinary. It tunes your physical body to the frequency of Source. It reminds your cells that they're not solid matter. They're condensed light. They're frozen frequency. And when you remember this, when you feel this, your body becomes a living antenna for miracles. Step 7. The energetic release before sleep. This is the final step and it's essential. Right before you close your eyes to sleep, you do one more thing. You consciously release your desire to the universe. You say, I have done my part. I have set the frequency. I have spoken the language. Now I surrender the how and the when to you, Source. I trust completely. And so it is. This release is not giving up. It's letting go of the desperate need. It's moving from attachment to allowing. And Dolores discovered that the moment you truly let go, the moment you stop needing and start being, that's when manifestation becomes instant, because you're no longer pushing against the universe with the energy of lack. You're flowing with it in the frequency of abundance. Now, let me share something that will astound you. Scientists have discovered that there's a specific frequency 528Hz that's called the miracle frequency or the love frequency. This is the frequency at which DNA repairs itself. This is the frequency at which water forms perfect geometric patterns. This is the frequency of healing, transformation, and creation. And here's what's extraordinary. When you practice genuine love, when you feel it, embody it, radiate it, your entire body vibrates at or near this frequency. Do you understand what this means? Love is not just an emotion. Love is the language of God. Love is the frequency at which miracles occur. Love is the vibration of Source itself. When you love yourself, when you love others, when you love life, when you love the universe, you're not being nice. You're not being spiritual. You're literally speaking in the highest frequency language that exists. You're communicating directly with the creative force of the cosmos. And the universe, God's Source, has no choice but to respond. Because like frequencies must attract its physics, its law, it's inevitable. Let me address the question I know you're asking. If this is so simple, why hasn't it worked for me before? And here's the honest answer that Dolores discovered through her thousands of sessions. Because you've been inconsistent with your frequency, you do your morning declaration with genuine feeling. You're broadcasting love, abundance, joy. That's God's language. Perfect. But then 5 minutes later, you check your bank account and feel that sinking feeling of fear. Your frequency just dropped. You just switched languages mid-con conversation. Then an hour later, you see someone else living your dream life and you feel that twist of envy. Frequency dropped again. New broadcast sent. Then that afternoon, You worry about your future. Another frequency shift, another energetic contradiction. Do you see what's happening? You're having a conversation with God in 50 different languages all in one day. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, reflects back that chaos. Dolores taught something crucial. Your dominant emotional state, not your momentary emotions, determines the speed and content of manifestation. Translation: it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about spending more time in high frequency than in low frequency. It's about making love, gratitude, joy, and trust your default setting instead of your occasional visitor. When you can hold a high vibration for the majority of your day, even just 51%, you tip the scales, you become an energetic match to your desires, and manifestation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Here's what happens when you truly learn God's language and start speaking it consistently. First week, you notice small synchronicities, repeating numbers, unexpected messages, little confirmations that you're being heard. The universe is responding to your new frequency. Second week, things start moving. Opportunities appear. People reach out. Doors open that were previously locked. Reality is beginning to rearrange itself to match your vibration. Third week, what you were manifesting for months through effort and struggle suddenly shows up effortlessly because you've learned to allow instead of force. Fourth week and beyond, you experience what Dolores called instant manifestation. You think of something you need and it appears within hours, sometimes minutes, because there's no longer any time delay between your energetic broadcast and the universe's response. But here's what really changes. And this is the part that brings tears to my eyes every time I witness it. You stop needing anything. You stop lacking anything. You stop seeking anything. Not because you have everything you want, but because you realize something that shatters every illusion you've ever held. You are everything you've been seeking. You've always been. You were just speaking the wrong language so you couldn't see it. You realize that abundance isn't out there waiting to be claimed. Abundance is who you are at the energetic level. You realize that love isn't something to find. Love is the frequency you're made of. You realize that healing isn't something to achieve. Healing is your body's natural state when you speak to it in the language of energy. This is what Dolores meant when she said, "We are pure light. We are infinite love. We are limitless consciousness." Not as spiritual poetry, as energetic truth. There will come a moment, and I promise you this moment will come. If you commit to this practice where everything clicks, you'll be doing your morning declaration and suddenly you'll feel it. Not hope it, not believe it, not think it, feel it with every fiber of your being. You'll feel the vibration of your desire running through your body like electricity. You'll feel the frequency of abundance pulsing in your cells. You'll feel the energy of love radiating from your heart like a sun. And in that moment, you'll know with absolute unshakable certainty that what you've been manifesting for is already yours, not coming to you, already yours in the energetic realm, in the quantum field, in the fifth dimension where all possibilities exist simultaneously. And once you know this, once you've felt this truth at the cellular level, your 3D reality has no choice but to catch up. Because energy always precedes form, frequency always creates matter. Vibration always manifests reality. Dolores witnessed this transformation thousands of times. She saw people heal from incurable diseases by shifting their frequency. She saw people manifest financial miracles by learning God's language. She saw relationships restore, opportunities appear, and lives completely transform. Not through force, not through struggle, not through years of effort, through frequency, through vibration, through speaking in the language that God actually understands. Now, let me give you both a warning and a promise. The warning: this will not work if you approach it as a technique to get something. The energy of wanting is the energy of lack, and lack creates more lack. You must approach this as a practice of becoming, of aligning with who you truly are at the energetic level, of remembering that you're not solid, you're frequency. You're not separate from what you desire. You're vibrationally connected to everything. When you practice this method with the intention to become the frequency of your desire rather than to get your desire, everything changes. The promise: if you commit to this practice, truly commit, not dabble, not try for a week and give up, your life will transform in ways you cannot even imagine right now. Not because you're manipulating the universe, but because you're aligning with it. You're learning to speak its native language. You're tuning yourself to the frequency of Source itself. And when you're aligned with Source, when you're vibrating at the frequency of God, miracles aren't miracles anymore. They're just normal. They're just the natural result of speaking the right language. Let me share with you what Dolores called the ultimate understanding. The truth that makes everything make sense. God is not separate from you. God is not some distant being you need to reach. God is the energy that animates your every cell. God is the vibration that holds your atoms together. God is the frequency that gives you life. When you speak in the language of energy, when you shift your vibration, when you embody frequency, when you become the match to your desires, you're not asking God for something. You're being God. You're expressing the creative force of the universe through your physical form. This is why Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you." This is why the Bible says, "You are created in the image of God." This is why every mystical tradition teaches that you are divine. Not your ego, not your personality, not your thoughts, your energy, your frequency, your vibration. And when you remember this, when you truly embody this, manifestation becomes effortless. Because you're no longer trying to get something from outside yourself. You're expressing what's already within you at the energetic level. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can continue speaking the old language. The language of lack, limitation, separation, doubt, the language that keeps you stuck in the same patterns, the same struggles, the same unfulfilled desires. Or you can choose right now to learn God's language, the language of energy, the language of frequency, the language of vibration. You can commit to the practice I just shared. You can start today, this very morning, speaking in present tense, charging your water, cultivating high emotions, feeling the vibration in your body, anchoring gratitude before sleep. And if you do this consistently, if you make this your new way of being instead of just a technique you try, I promise you, everything changes. Not overnight, not always, but inevitably. Because energy always manifests, frequency always creates, vibration always becomes form. The question is not if it will work. The question is, are you willing to learn a new language? Are you willing to shift your frequency? Are you willing to become the energy of what you desire? If your answer is yes, if something in your soul is screaming yes, then write in the comments right now, "I speak God's language." That declaration is powerful. It's you announcing to the universe, "I'm ready. I'm tuned in. I'm aligned. Speak to me in energy and I will answer in frequency." And let me leave you with this final truth that Dolores shared in her last years of life. We are living in the most extraordinary time in human history. The veil between the physical and the energetic is thinning. More and more people are waking up to their true nature as vibrational beings. The shift is happening now. You didn't find this video by accident. Your energy found this frequency. You weren't randomly scrolling when this appeared. Your vibration aligned with this message. You're not reading these words by coincidence. Your soul orchestrated this moment because you're ready to remember who you are, what you are, how you create. You are energy, you are vibration, you are frequency, you are the voice of God speaking reality into existence. And now that you know the language, now that you understand how to communicate with Source, now that you've learned to shift your frequency and embody your desires, the impossible becomes inevitable. The miraculous becomes normal. The extraordinary becomes your everyday reality because you're no longer asking for miracles. You're being the miracle, you're speaking the language of creation itself. Welcome home to your true power, beautiful soul. Welcome home to the frequency of Source. Welcome home to the language that creates worlds. Once you learn it, everything changes. And you just learned it. Now go practice, embody, become, and watch as the universe responds in perfect mathematical precision to the new language you're speaking. God has been waiting your entire life for you to learn His language. Today, you did, and nothing will ever be the same.